Horizon Zero Dawn came out in 2017 and it's about time for a sequel if you ask us. Aloy's adventure through a robotic, tribal post-apocalyptic world is, frankly, a stunning game, and we just haven't gotten nearly enough of it yet. The first game did a phenomenal job absorbing us into its thoroughly unique world, thanks to an engrossing backstory, a central mystery about the origins of the game's robots, with both of those things tying into the enigma that is the motherless Aloy. Guerrilla have stayed quiet about what's next for the flame-haired Seeker, but we've got a couple of ideas of our own about what could be tweaked in the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn.
This whole video is going to be full of spoilers, so if you haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn, number 1, stop watching right now, and number 2, go play Horizon Zero Dawn right now so that you can experience the twists and turns for yourself. Go on, off you go.
Anyway, here's 10 things we want in the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn. Overriding robots was really damned nifty, but I did kind of feel sorry for the buggers. If there weren't enough enemies nearby, they'd just stand around looking angry, so I'd have to lure a foe to them, often while sprinting as fast as my legs would carry me to get them into a fight. So, having more advanced commands you can issue overridden robots would be helpful in the Horizon Zero Dawn sequel. Stuff like, go here, attack this enemy, follow me, that kind of thing. I'm especially heartless because I also kind of want a sabotage ability that lets Aloy plant a remote explosive on overridden robots. Then you could send them into a herd of grazers, or maybe some watchers, and detonate them from a distance. Wait, am I a bad person? All you'd have to do is press the button from a distance, wait for everything to explode, and then go sweep up all that loot. As well as having more varied commands for overridden robots, having more friendly robots would be damn cool too.
Seriously, what do I need to do to get Guerrilla Games to put a robotic cat into the next Horizon Zero Dawn game? Tell me, guys.
Dogs and rabbits are also valid choices, and these subset of robots could have a whole different host of commands in comparison to the more aggressive robots. Aloy could even have her very own skill tree for managing these smaller, friendlier robots.
For example, some skills could enable them to retrieve things for her, like from some small crevices or from a large group of hostile snap maws. Whichever, really.
Trotting in and picking up the Ridgewood or modification weave would save Aloy from fighting off all of those snap maws at once. Plus, there would obviously need to be the ability to pet the robots. Otherwise, what's the point? Oh, Sylens, you inscrutable enigma. His amoral approach to the robots left behind by the old civilization is almost definitely going to be a big focus of the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, as the final cutscene had him greet Hades as an old friend, and ended on that rather ominous shot of a Horus. So, we need answers in the next Horizon Zero Dawn game. Because the question is, did Sylens orchestrate the events of Horizon Zero Dawn? He had that lantern thing all ready for Hades, so he must have known that Aloy couldn't properly kill the AI. Seriously, what the fuck, man? Throughout Horizon Zero Dawn, Sylens was kind of Aloy's frenemy, helping her out but remaining thoroughly invested in his own interests too. He could end up being the main villain for the Horizon Zero Dawn sequel, as Sylens does seem intent on learning how the robots from the old civilization worked, and that just can't end well, because those giant, terrifying creations need biofuel to work, which means eating animals, humans, and vegetation. Yeah, considering Sylens' potential desire to bring a Horus back to life, what could possibly go wrong? The Horizon Zero Dawn sequel could even have that Horus from the end cutscene as the final boss. Aloy might have to climb up its tentacles to find weak spots on the main body, or maybe even fight off corruptors on top of it, or she could disable its legs using her override spear. Okay, so I don't know exactly how that would work, but the idea of fighting a giant Horus is really cool. This next bit is gonna sound slightly Assassin's Creed, but bear with us. What if the opening to the next Horizon Zero Dawn game was a prologue where you played Elizabeth Sobek, Aloy's clone/mother?
It would work just like the section of the game where you play as a young Aloy learning the controls. Possibly set at Elizabeth's home, the prologue could end up with her sitting on the bench, just where Elizabeth dies.
And where Aloy finally finds her at the end of Horizon Zero Dawn.
Having other periods of the game set in the past could feel a little bit animusy, but if a mission in the past was included, it could show the devastation wrought by the Pharaoh Plague.
The world Guerrilla built in Horizon Zero Dawn is awesome. The lore, the environments, the animals, they're all bewitching. But in the sequel, the tribes could do with some more love. Their cultures did work their way into the plot through key missions in Horizon Zero Dawn, but, to be blunt, they're fascinating and I want more of them. Stat. From the mysteries of the Banuk and their spiritual link to the robots, to the hunter-gatherer tribe of the Nora and their matriarchal society, there are ample opportunities for quests to help out these tribes in the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn. Now that Aloy is famous for having stopped the derangement, presumably her help would be in high demand. Who knows, she could even recruit companions from each tribe who would keep her company in the wilds.
Seeing ruins dotted around the landscape in Horizon Zero Dawn was breathtaking.
Then you'd explore them up close and find audio or text logs scattered throughout the wreckage that took you right back to the world of the old ones. We got to walk through skyscrapers and buildings, but having suburban ruins in the next game would be nifty too, like Sobek's house.
It's a small thing, but it would make the loss of the old ones feel far more unnerving if you could see elements of the familiar lying amongst the undergrowth.
Aloy had a handful of different ways to respond to NPCs in Horizon Zero Dawn, but they didn't make much of a difference in the big picture. They'd always lead to the same conclusion, so having a bit of variation this time around would be good. It always feels slightly pointless if you get the same response from someone in a game, no matter whether you swore at them or smiled sweetly, to be honest. Having different endings to quests, depending on whether you were aggressive, kind, or just straight up logical, would make you feel like your choices mattered more. So, I'm all for it. The Shield Weaver armor set was badass. It negated buckets of damage, even from Thunderjaws, and looked really futuristic in a tribal kind of way. Having an equally powerful bit of armour as an endgame reward, once you find all the pieces of course, in the next game is a must.
It's a great way to encourage New Game Plus playthroughs, especially if there was an option to keep your kit for a newer, harder playthrough.
If the Horizon Zero Dawn sequel had an optional post-endgame boss to defeat, kinda like Terramorphous in Borderlands, this piece of armour would definitely come in handy.
Owning it would give you the chance to perfect your battles with the harder enemies in the game and prepare you for harder playthroughs.
Face paint is a pedigree item in Horizon Zero Dawn, as it unlocks when you complete the New Game Plus mode on hard difficulty or higher. And that should absolutely stay a thing. But having smaller face paints unlock based on different parts of the game would give those of us who don't do hard mode a chance to make Aloy look nifty too. Or specific types of face paint could be linked to finding all the collectibles, or killing a hidden boss, that sort of thing. Customising Aloy with more than just the armour she wears would be a terrific way to, number 1, maximise photo mode shots, and, number 2, make her feel like she's really your Aloy from your playthrough.
This is super small stuff, but if we could have less intrusive waypoints, that would be perfect.
Because seeing this little diamond marker slap bang in the middle of the screen gets a bit irritating after a while. We just want to look at the stunning scenery without any distraction.
Apart from Snapmaws trying to tear me limb from limb, of course.
So, putting the waypoint on the compass bar at the top of the screen seems like a happy medium. And those are the 10 things we want to see in a Horizon Zero Dawn sequel.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to Eurogamer, as we have a bunch more videos on Horizon Zero Dawn and other fantastic games. And since we make a new video every single day, you won't be waiting long.
Chuck this video a like if you're into us making more videos about Horizon Zero Dawn, and click the bell icon to get notified when we create another video. All that's left for us to say is, may All Mother guide you, Seeker.
Seeing Rune's daughter in the landscape in Horizon Zero Dawn was breathtaking. Easy.
So one.
Watch me fuck it up.
Or maybe even use her override spear to find shit. Not that, that's not sanitary.